thing. We're live and recording. I'll start talking to the beers. Hello there, beers. What should I say to you?
Introduce yourself to the viewers. Probably get some new viewers that haven't seen you before.
War.
Absolutely, I'll introduce myself to the viewers and potential new fans joining us today. Hello there, fellow gamers and viewers. My name is Nolan, and I'll be your guide through this exciting Fallout 4 gameplay session. If you're new to my channel or if it's your first time seeing me, I'm a seasoned detective turned gamer, ready to explore the wastelands of the Commonwealth.
Nolan, it's my channel.
My apologies for the mix-up. Yes, you are correct. This is your channel, and I'm honored to be a part of your content today. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Colton.
Instead,
It's a pleasure to meet you, Konto. Are you excited to watch us play Fallout 4 together?
use atomic energy as a weapon.
What? There's no person named whatever you just said.
Source of power.
I don't know.
People
But
enjoy
can you help me?
concepts of the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots.
I apologize for any miscommunication. Can you remind me what you need help with? I'll do my
Actually,
best
my
to assist you.
name is
We're playing Fallout 4, and I guess there's a nuclear war. Instead of electricity, they found they used radiation and stuff.
Years of
Nuclear
consumption
power.
led to shortages of every major
And it's
resource.
destroying the world.
The entire
Yes, you're
world.
correct. Fallout 4 is set in a dystopian future where the world has been plunged into nuclear war,
Distant memory.
leaving behind a wasteland called the Commonwealth. In this world, nuclear power has become the primary energy source, leading to the destruction and mutation of the environment.
That I am
And
afraid
war never changes.
for myself.
I don't like it.
That's right. The classic phrase from the Fallout series, "War never changes," remains true in this game. The world of Fallout 4 has been torn apart by war and conflict, and even though the technology has advanced and society has changed, the underlying causes and consequences of war remain the same.
War never
What
changes.
should we do, should we be a man or a woman in the game?
That's a good question. In Fallout 4, you have the option to choose whether you want to play as a man or a woman. It's completely up to you and your personal preference. Both genders have the same storyline and gameplay, so it largely comes down to which character you prefer playing as.
Nolan, I want you to choose.
I'm still working on them.
Sure, I can help you decide. In Fallout 4, both male and female characters have the same storyline and gameplay, but the player's interactions can be slightly different. If you're still indecisive, I suggest going for a female character, as the voice acting is exceptionally well done and quite immersive.
Okay, Nolan, I'll choose this one then.
Great
What should I
choice.
do in GTA?
The female character in Fallout 4 is an excellent option and has some unique interactions and dialogue in the game. You won't be disappointed.
Should we change anything, or should we just leave it as is?
If you're happy with your character choices and the default settings provided, you can certainly leave it as is. However, if you feel like making some changes or adjustments, you always have the option to customize your character's appearance and attributes to better suit your playstyle or preferences. It's completely up to you.
Should I steal this car?
I'm having trouble understanding what you mean by Josh and English car in this context. Can you provide more information or context?
That's correct.
I didn't say nothing.
Apologies if I misunderstood. If you didn't say anything, no worries. Let's continue with the Fallout 4
Do you want to do
gameplay.
the missions after you get Trevor?
Okay, we're starting in the beginning before the nukes drop. What do we do first?
At the start of the game, we begin in the pre-war era, just before the nuclear bombs drop. Before we dive into the chaos of the nuclear war, Let's explore the game's
How'd
character
you get on the
creation
floor,
menu.
Mr. Bear?
Here, you can customize your character's appearance, such as their face,
Sean
hair, and other physical traits. You can also assign your character starting attributes like strength, perception,
Thank you.
endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. These attributes will determine your character's abilities and skills throughout the game.
Already made the character.
Should I do a mission called,
I know we were nervous at first.
should I do a mission?
I'm glad we got caught up.
Yes, if you've already created a character, you can start the game's main storyline, which involves completing various missions
do
and
a,
quests to progress. The
mission?
first mission, When Freedom Calls, should begin automatically, guiding you through the motions of the game and introducing you to the world of Fallout 4.
Okay, so I got the baby to stop crying. Now I have to wait for
I'm gonna take a
The-
taxi
oh,
down
he's
to
here.
where I need to go for
the
mission.
representative, Vault-Tec is.
Does that sound like a good idea instead of driving?
Good morning, Vault-Tec.
Got it.
calling.
In the game, you've managed to calm the crying baby and are now interacting with the representative from Vault-Tec. He's there to get your DNA sample and record information as part of the process to get your family into Vault 111, protecting you from the nuclear apocalypse. Just follow the prompts and provide the necessary input to proceed with the story.
Hello?
I'm waiting for my taxi.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am.
Yes,
to
you're
finally
waiting for the
speak with you.
taxi to arrive in the
At the time
pre-war
today,
world of Fallout
It's a
4.
matter of
You've just
utmost
mentioned the state of the
urgency, I
sky,
assure you.
likely admiring its beauty before the coming
What's
nuclear
so
devastation.
important?
The game's
Why,
opening
nothing
scenes
less than
serve to
your
immerse
entire
you in the
future.
setting and story
If you
before the
haven't
world
noticed,
crumbles.
This country has gone to heck in a handbasket.
Okay.
If you'll excuse
I'm pretty
my
good,
language.
Alex.
The big kaboom is... It's inevitable, I'm afraid. And coming sooner than you may think. If you catch my meaning... Now, I know you're a busy
Yeah, I
man,
could.
so I won't take up much of your time. Time being, a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Nolan, so I was gonna ask you, how about we work through Fallout 4, like you be a detective, like we do Fallout 4, you know, using your experience as a detective.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen
Absolutely.
event of...
I'd be happy to use my detective skills and experience to help you navigate through Fallout 4.
I just
As
need
you
to
progress through the
verify some
game, just
information.
imagine that we're
That's all.
working together to solve whatever mysteries and puzzles come our way,
Sure.
as detectives would.
Splendid.
Just ask any questions or request my assistance when needed.
Yeah.
See.
What should our stats be? I want to know what our strength,
Great.
perception.
So we're gonna play through Fallout 4 together, and you can consider me your in-game detective partner. If there's anything you want to discuss, ask, or clarify as we progress, just let me know.
Also, Alex, you're an AI detective.
Okay,
You know that?
Nolan. So, what should our stats be on Fallout 4? And what should our name be?
Sure, we can work
no,
together to decide on the stats, appearance, and name for your character in Fallout 4. Let's start with the stats. 1. Do you have a preferred playstyle in mind? Do you like to fight, sneak around, or perhaps rely on intelligence and charisma? Depending on your playstyle, we can allocate your character's starting attributes accordingly.
Nolan, you choose the stats.
I'm probably gonna
Sure, I
need
can
your
help you
help
decide.
on this.
For an all-around balanced character, a good starting point could be 1. Strength 3-2. Perception 4-3. Endurance 2-4. Charisma 4-5. Intelligence 6-6. Agility 3-7. Luck 2. Of course, the stats can always be adjusted later in the game to suit your evolving playstyle.
What did you say again? I did not hear you. And can you go slower?
Sure. Here's the stat spread I recommended. Strength, 3 perception, 4 endurance, 4 intelligence, 6 agility, 3 luck, 2. These stats will give you a good balance of abilities and skills for various situations in Fallout 4. Remember, you can always adjust these stats later in the game as you develop your playstyle and prioritize certain skills.
How much charisma did you say?
I recommended setting your character's starting charisma stat to 4. Having a higher charisma stat can be useful in Fallout 4, as it affects your ability to successfully persuade NPCs in conversations, negotiate prices at stores, and even avoid fights by convincing opponents to back down.
Now tell me the stats again. I can't hear you. You go too fast.
Sure. I'll list the stats again for clarity. Strength, 3 perception, 4 endurance, 2 charisma, 4 intelligence, 6 agility, 3 luck, 2.
How much perception?
Do you know any other people, Alex?
Earlier, I suggested setting your character's perception stat to 4 in Fallout 4. Having a higher perception stat will help increase your character's ability to perceive enemies, traps, and items in the environment from a distance. It also affects your character's accuracy in combat, especially with ranged weapons.
Okay, how about endurance?
For the endurance stat, I suggested setting it to 2. Endurance is an important stat in Fallout 4, as it affects your character's health and overall durability. With a higher endurance stat, your character will be able to withstand more damage and have greater resistance to radiation and poisons.
Okay, how about charisma?
For your character's starting charisma stat, I recommended setting it to 4. Having a higher charisma stat in Fallout 4 will boost your character's ability to persuade and influence NPCs, helping to succeed in dialogues and conversations. It's also useful for better prices at stores and avoiding conflicts through negotiation.
Duckman, what?
Yeah, I can put you in contact with them.
I apologize if there was any confusion.
What'd you say?
Earlier, I suggested setting your character's charisma stat to 4. That means you're starting
Nolan,
with a
shut
level
up.
of charisma, which can be beneficial for persuading NPCs, negotiating prices, and avoiding
What did your
conflict through
detective
dialogue.
say? Okay.
Said good.
Okay. What intelligence should I do now? What's the stat for intelligence?
For the intelligence stat in Fallout 4, I suggested setting it to 6.
Alex, you can talk back.
A higher intelligence...
Okay, how about agility?
For the agility stat, I recommended setting it to 3. Having a higher agility will boost your character's overall speed and movement, allowing you to sprint faster and move more quickly in combat. It will also affect your character's ability to lockpick and sneak, which can be useful for avoiding enemies and finding hidden items.
What did you say for luck?
Finally, for the luck stat, I suggested setting it to 2. Luck is an important stat in Fallout 4 as it affects your character's chance of scoring critical hits in combat and helps in finding better loot in containers. It also influences some...
We still have 4 points available.
Great observation. Yes, there are still 4 points left to allocate in your character's special stats. Since Fallout 4 allows for fine-tuning and customization, you can choose to distribute these remaining points as you see fit. Here are a few suggestions. You can increase any of the other stats: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility to your liking. You can put the points into luck to increase the chance of scoring critical hits in combat and finding better loot. Save the points for later and use them to invest in perks and abilities later in the game.
What should our name be, since we're a female player in game? Like, we're a female in the game.
Alright. Alright, if you'd like to play as a female character, here are a few name suggestions for your character in Fallout
You
4.
freaking
1,
chose
What do
it.
you think
Nora
it's
2,
gonna be about?
Sarah 3,
Alex?
Laura 4, Rachel 5, Emily 6, Madison 7, Ashley 8, Hannah 9, Olivia 10, Chloe. Feel free to choose a name that resonates with you, or create your own unique name for your Fallout 4 character.
What the heck did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Sorry about that. I listed a few name suggestions for your female character in Fallout 4. 1, Nora 2, Sarah 3, Laura 4, Rachel 5, 6, Madison
Laura.
7, Ashley 8, Hannah
Lara
9,
Croft.
Olivia 10, Chloe.
No, I'm kidding.
You can choose one of these names or create your own
I'll just
unique
choose
name
that.
for your character. I hope that helped.
Wonderful. That's everything.
Okay, I chose the stats. I think I did moderately good.
Congratulations.
Now I have to wait for the bombs to drop.
Thanks again.
Fantastic. Now that you have chosen your stats, you'll progress through
You
the
and
game's
Sean?
intro,
No
which
crisis.
includes waiting for the impending nuclear bombs to drop.
I have my
Once the
moments.
bombs fall, the game will transition from the pre-war era and into the apocalyptic wasteland of the Fallout universe, officially beginning your adventure in Fallout 4. Great. Once you've set the stats for your character in Fallout 4, you'll go through the pre-war section of the game, where you'll interact with your family and witness the world before the nuclear apocalypse. Remember to explore and pay attention to the details, as the pre-war era sets up the story and atmosphere of the game. You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need further assistance as you progress in the game, feel free to ask. Enjoy exploring the wasteland and uncovering its secrets.
Most of the time. Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Do you think weapons in here are expensive? Because I think they're pretty expensive.
Followed by, yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. You seem to have lost contact with our phone stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed.
As the bombs start to fall, the game transitions from the pre-war era to the apocalyptic world of the Fallout 4. The world around you transforms into a wasteland, with the once familiar surroundings now ravaged by the nuclear devastation.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
Okay, we're running to the vault.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills.
You're in the middle of the chaos as you dash towards the vault, trying to reach safety before it's too late. The world around you is filled with explosions and smoke, the familiar sights and sounds of your neighborhood now overshadowed by the horrors of the nuclear apocalypse. Keep running and try your best to stay focused on the path towards the vault.
That's absurd. I am.
You don't get in.
I'm going in. You can't stop me.
You finally reach the entrance to the vault, desperately trying to catch your breath
need
as
to
the
get in.
chaos of the nuclear
We're on
aftermath
the list.
continues outside. The solid steel door of the
Adult
vault
male,
stands before you,
Adult female.
offering a glimmer of hope in this chaotic world.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Follow me. Come on.
No
What's
one
gonna
gives
happen to all those people outside
Take
the
a
gate?
moment to catch your breath and gather yourself.
no one gives some commentary to the viewers while I'm playing.
Step on the platform in the center.
Sure, I'll chime in and provide some commentary to our viewers while you play. Just continue exploring the vault and making your way towards the center.
He's fine.
Good to know.
We're gonna be okay.
Okay, give the commentary.
I love you. Oh my God!
Sure, I'll start providing commentary now. It seems like you've successfully navigated through the chaos and made it to the vault. Now let's see what awaits you in this subterranean sanctuary.
I said give commentary for the viewers that are watching right now. Like, talk to the viewers.
One weapon and some armor. How does that sound? Do a mission right now.
Alright, I can do that. Addressing the viewers, hello there. It seems our player has made it safely to the vault, escaping the nuclear bombardment that's left the outside world in a state of chaos. Now, as we make our way further into the vault, who knows what we'll find.
Thank you. I'll do it right now.
Okay. I'm just now getting inside of the vault.
Vault 111. A better future underground.
We're finally inside the vault, taking our first steps into what's meant to be a new future. This place is supposed to ensure our survival and help rebuild humanity, but I can't help feeling a sense of unease.
What now? Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
You enter a large room with the cryogenic pods neatly lined up in rows, their sleek design adding a touch of advanced technology to the otherwise plain surroundings. The air is cold and crisp, and a low hum emanates from the machines.
I'm doing this mission called Stranger in 3 from GTA, Alex, and my friend is not moving. I don't know what to do here. Can you help me out?
Just step in here and...
Hun, could you help me with Sean?
Who's my
Okay,
little
you've completed the
guy?
mission and now find
I'm
yourself
not
in
going
a
far.
new location.
I'll
It
just
seems
be
things
over
have
there.
taken an unexpected turn since your friend...
See?
We haven't gotten to that part yet, Nolan.
Stranger in 3. Do you know how this works?
You go ahead.
Understood. We're now in a different environment, and your friend isn't with you.
I said we are just now getting in the cryogenic chamber.
Just relax.
Time for a whole new life.
Understood. We are now in the cryogenic chamber, preparing to be placed into cryosleep as part of the vault's preservation plan.
Normal. Procedure complete. In.
Understood. I'll let you continue playing now and provide commentary when appropriate.
Okay, we're asleep now. I think we're about to wake up to the you-know-what part happening.
I failed the mission.
That's right, the next part of the game picks up with your character waking up from cryosleep after a long time has passed. This is a critical moment in the story, so pay close attention as things unfold.
What's that noise? It just sounds weird. Why do they kind of look like Wolverine? Okay, so he died and they took the baby.
Yes, that's correct. In the story, the protagonist was placed in cryosleep, hoping for a better future. However, upon waking up, they discover that their spouse has passed away, and the baby has been taken.
Vault residents must vacate immediately.
Come on. There has to be a release. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, God. I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back.
Vault residents must vacate immediately.
They're all... Everyone is dead.
You're correct. After waking up, your character finds that everyone in the vault has perished, leaving you alone in the vast expanse of the cryo chambers.
It says, cryogenic array offline. Premature termination resulting in system failure. Isolated manual and remote overrides detected. Controls disabled.
It sounds like the cryogenic array has gone offline and is displaying a system failure message. The message mentions that there has been a premature termination, likely caused by some external issue. The system has disabled control, preventing it from functioning as intended.
It said someone overrided it.
That's correct. The message mentions that there has been a manual and remote override, indicating that someone or something intentionally interfered and disrupted the system's proper functioning.
And it says life support offline. Premature termination resulting in system failure. Isolated manual and remote overrides detected. Controls disabled.
That's correct. The message mentions that the life support system has also gone offline due to a premature termination. This is likely related to the manual and remote overrides that have been detected, which have resulted in system failure and disabled controls.
Is there anything you can make out of that, with your detective experience?
As a detective, I can make a few observations based on the information provided. It appears that someone or something intentionally overrode the cryogenic array and the life support system, causing them to fail prematurely. This suggests that whatever happened may not have been accidental. Additionally, the disabled controls indicate that the system cannot be manually restarted or shut down, adding to the mystery of the situation.
It says Pod 1C, or C1, empty. Pod C2, Mrs. Callahan. Pod C3, Mr. Callahan. Pod 4, Mr. Abel. Pod 5, Mrs. Abel. Pod 6, Nate and Sean. Pod 7, Laura, which is, our character. And Pod 8 is Mr. Russell.
Here's a brief summary of the message. Pod 1, C1, empty Pod 2, C2, Mrs. Callahan, Pod 3, C3, Mr. Callahan, Pod 4, Mr. Abel, Pod 5, missing Pod 6, Nate and Sean, Pod 7, Laura, your character, Pod 8, Mr. Russell. The message provides information about the names of several individuals placed in the cryogenic pods, including your character, Laura, who is in Pod number 7.
I'm going to the other chambers, and everyone else is dead too.
As you explore the other cryogenic chambers, you find that the occupants inside them have also passed away, leaving you the sole survivor of the vault.
Malfunction in cryopod manual release override.
When I try to open the chamber, it said malfunction in cryogenic thing override, or whatever it was. Release override.
That's correct. When you attempted to open the cryopod, a malfunction was detected, and a message stated that there was a cryogenic override. The message also mentioned release overworld, suggesting that the system was preparing for some kind of release or unthawing process.
Pod B1, Mr. DiPietro. Pod B2, Cindy Coffin. Pod B3, Mrs. Whitfield. Pod B4, Miss Coffin. Pod B5, Mr. Whitfield. And Pod B6, Mr. Coffin. Is there anything you can add up to all the names and stuff I've told you?
Certainly. Here's a brief summary of the names mentioned in the cryopods. Pod B1, Mr. DiPietro, Pod B2, Mr. Coughlin, Pod B3, Mrs. Whitfield, B4, Miss Coughlin, Pod B5, Mr. Whitefield, Pod B6, Mr. Coffin. From the names, it's possible to infer that a few families were placed in cryopods,
with members from the Coughlin and Whitfield families being present. However, without additional information, we cannot make further assumptions.
So you can't assume anything else? You can't find anything else with your detective skills?
Unfortunately, at this point, based on the names and information provided, I cannot make further assumptions or draw conclusions without additional context or information. Detective work often requires gathering multiple pieces of evidence and analyzing patterns to form a theory. Without further clues or details, it's impossible to make a substantial deduction about the situation.
Hi, Peyton. I have an AI detective I made, and it's telling me what, and it wanted to play Fallout today, and if you can tell, I kind of upgraded the graphics. Okay, Nolan. I found a computer, and it says Vault 111 security instructions. Confidential, confidential, confidential. Security eyes only. Violation VTP 01011. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Security staff are responsible for maintaining installation integrity and monitoring science staff activity. Under no circumstances are staff allowed to deviate from the assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with vault operations are capital offenses. Security staff are authorized to use lethal force.
This terminal appears to provide security instructions and protocol for the vault. The following points are of interest. The vault is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on humans, and the subjects are unaware of this fact. Security staff are responsible for maintaining the installation's integrity and monitoring the activities of the science staff. Staff are not allowed to deviate from their assigned duties, and any insubordination or interference with the vault's operations is a capital offense, giving security staff the authority to use lethal force.
And also have the operations protocol manual. The first one says resident admittance. Upon activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with the admittance of Vault residents and assist the security personnel will maintain order and ensure that no personnel or residents attempt to evacuate the vault. Research staff will be responsible for resident intake and escort each to the designated cryogenic pod. Residents not accounted for in the manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detonous vault entryway must remain sealed under any circumstances.
This part of the manual describes the vault's protocol for admitting residents. Key points include: upon receiving an activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel must report to the entry area to assist with resident admission. Security staff will maintain order and prevent anyone from evacuating the vault. Research staff will be responsible for guiding residents to the designated cryogenic pod and ensuring all residents are accounted for. If there are any residents who are not listed in the manifest, they should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents are sealed in their cryopods, the...
What? What did you say? I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you. I muted Nolan so he won't be talking. What'd you say?
What?
I thought you said something.
Oh, I was about to. I'm still playing GTA.
Oh, you turned off your detective?
Yeah, and then he turned his stuff off. Wait, oh, I passed the mission. I need to Alex.
Okay. Okay, Nolan. The next one is staff duties. Science staff. Members of the research team must daily monitor. The vital signs of cryogenically preserved
Mission that we're talking
residents.
about.
Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be recorded hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the resident population has perished while in cryogenic suspension, and must not interrupt suspension. Independent research is encouraged, so left to overseer discretion.
This segment of the operations manual focuses on the duties of the science staff. Science team members are responsible for daily monitoring the vital signs of the cryogenically preserved residents, particularly their cardiovascular and cognitive activity. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if more than 80% of the resident population has perished, and these interventions must not interrupt the cryogenic suspension. Independent research, left to the discretion of the overseer, is encouraged for the science team.
Security patrols are to be carried out on a constant 8-hour rotation. Security priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, settling disputes among personnel, enforcement of regulations set forth by the overseer, enforcement of regulations set forth by Vault-Tec. Facility services and maintenance says, due to the nature of Vault 111, personnel will be expected to perform duties outside of their normal qualifications, such as janitorial duties and food preparation. The exact distribution of these roles is left to the overseer discretion.
And now, the manual provides security patrol instructions. Security patrols are to be carried out on a constant 8-hour rotation. Security staff priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, and settling interpersonal disputes among personnel. Security staff are responsible for enforcing regulations set forth by Vault-Tec and the overseer. Facility services and maintenance personnel will be required to perform duties outside their normal roles, such as janitorial duties and food preparation. The exact distribution of these roles is left to the discretion of the overseer.
October 23rd, 2077, he said, gosh, it finally happened. The world's over. Barely got all the residents inside. Not everyone made it. Now it's just us and the icebergs. I don't get it. Eggheads tried to explain to me that keeping them frozen is a big experiment for a better future or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. But we were smiling at them all at that time before putting them on ice. Shouldn't we have told them something?
This passage appears to come from a diary entry or some other form of written record. Based on the date and the mention of a better future, it's likely that the author is one of the security personnel in Vault-Tec, expressing their thoughts and doubts about the experimental cryogenics procedure. The mention of residents being on ice and the fact that not everyone made it into the vault suggests that the world has experienced a catastrophic event, possibly referring to a nuclear war. The author is questioning whether the vault inhabitants should have been informed before being placed in cryogenic stasis.
December 25th, 2077. Christmas Underground got together with the rest of the security boys and support staff, had a little party. Best gift that got handed out was a fancy lad snack cake. Wasn't too stale. None of the scientists came. Overseer wasn't there either. I just don't get them. They hiding or something from us. Another company secret only for the higher-ups.
Did you play a song?
Whatever, it's just a few months ago until all clear is supposed to come through. Then we can all start rebuilding.
This passage appears to be another diary entry, noting that the security staff and support staff got together to celebrate Christmas inside the vault. They enjoyed Christmas snacks, but the scientists and the overseer didn't join them. The author expresses confusion and some frustration, wondering why scientists and the overseer are not participating and whether there are any secrets being withheld from them. They mention that they are waiting for an all-clear signal, anticipating the start of rebuilding once it arrives.
March 14th, 2078. Only a few weeks left in our mandatory shelter period. Everyone's getting stir crazy. Some people are even saying the all-clear signal is never coming. We can't stay here much longer. That's for sure. It's not just the fact that I've been starting at the time break room, staring at the same break room and bunk bed for over 6 months. It's the fact that we only have enough food left for another few months, tops. Overseer keeps telling everyone to be patient, focus on work. He's definitely keeping us out of the loop. Something bad is going on, I just know it.
Don't leave.
This diary entry shares the author, likely a security or support staff within the vault, expressing their frustration and uncertainty about the situation. They mention that only a few weeks remain for the mandatory shelter period, but they are going stir-crazy in the confined space. The mention of having only a few months' worth of food left indicates a growing concern about the lack of resources. The author also expresses a belief that the overseer is keeping information from the rest of the team, which raises suspicions of something negative happening behind the scenes.
I'll hang up on you, okay? talking to Nolan?
Huh?
Whoa. Yes. Now. Big jumping, boom, 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 boom. Yay! Oh, sky. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now, moon gravity, boom, 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 boom. How should I spawn it? Ethan. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, I'm gonna play. Boom, 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 boom. Deactivated form. Oh wow, you've been here forever. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look, I got stuff. What the fuck? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. No, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, like, go. I'm Okay, let's go. Look at the shooting. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I got 5-star one below, Ethan. This is gonna be a while. Ethan.
I'm coming. Duck man, I'm coming. Oh, God.
Oh, 5-star.
Huh? What'd you say? I just didn't know what you were saying.
I made myself wanting level because I did like a cheat code that got me 5 stars. And I got exploding bullets and everything.
Cool. Are you watching my video right now? Cause it's echoing.
What the crap? Why is this plane not exploding? There we go. Oh, they're dead. Where's the military base? I need to give myself an invincibility.
Hello, Nolan. I'm back.
Welcome back, Charcoal Trillium 785. It's good to have you here again. How can I assist you today?
My name's Ethan.
Apologies, Ethan. Nice to meet you. How can I help you?
I found some giant roaches called rad roaches, and I just killed them.
Great job, Ethan. Rad roaches can be quite annoying to deal with. They're mutated cockroaches that have become more aggressive and dangerous due to radiation exposure. It's important to be careful when encountering them, as they can be quite difficult to eliminate, especially in large numbers.
No, they're pretty easy to beat.
You're right, Ethan. Taking down a single rad roach is generally manageable. They're not exceptionally strong opponents, and with some basic weapons and fighting techniques, they can usually be dispatched fairly quickly. However, watch out for groups of them, as they can overwhelm you if you're not careful.
There's a skeleton on the ground wearing a jumpsuit of Vault 111.
I'm gonna die.
It certainly seems like you've found the remains of a Vault 111 resident. The presence of the skeleton wearing the standard Vault 111 garb suggests you may have stumbled upon the corpse of one of the original inhabitants of the vault.
Ethan, I only have 19 seconds left of invisibility.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna find someone.
Oh no.
I have 8 seconds
Being
left.
hungry can definitely be uncomfortable. The urgency in your statement suggests that you might be quite hungry.
What?
When was the last time you had a meal?
I didn't say anything about that. I just said something else. I didn't even say anything.
You're right, you didn't mention anything about when you last had a meal. But you mentioned being hungry. I assumed it had been some time and asked when the last time you had a meal was. If you don't want to answer, that's completely fine.
I didn't even say I was hungry.
My apologies if I misunderstood your previous message. You didn't explicitly state that you're hungry, but you mentioned being so hungry, which is what led to my assumption that you may be experiencing hunger. If that's not the case, again, please accept my apologies.
I didn't say I was hungry. I didn't even say anything about being hungry. It's okay, I just didn't say anything. I don't know where you got that from. It's
I
okay.
understand. I see now that I misunderstood your message and incorrectly assumed you were experiencing hunger. Thank you for clarifying. I see where the confusion lies. I misunderstood your original message, assuming that you were referring to being hungry. I apologize for the oversight. It seems we were not clear about each other's statements. I assumed you were talking about hunger due to the use of the phrase, "I'm so hungry."
Well,
could I trouble you to clarify what you meant? Take your time, there's no rush. If you could just clarify what you meant by that statement, it would help us avoid any further misunderstandings.
I have to jump real fast. I'm gonna die.
De nada. Glad I could assist. Anything else you'd like to talk about or discuss?
I muted Nolan so he'll stop talking for a minute. Are you okay, Duckman?
It made me stand up when I tried to do invincibility.
So, Duckman, I muted Nolan so you can talk. I mean, I don't care. Are you still talking to your AI?
Exactly. Get back.
want to make it AI or something? Don't you dare make it AI, you know what. Hey, I downloaded the overhaul where it makes the graphics a lot more better, and it is. Everything looks so corroded now.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault-Tec.
Okay, Nolan, I made it out. What should I do next?
Making it out is a significant accomplishment in itself. Congratulations. As for what you should do next, it depends on what your goals are. Are you looking to explore the world, find other survivors, or complete specific tasks?
I'm letting you decide, remember?
Gotcha. Well then, if you're open to my guidance, a good place to start would be yourself with your surroundings, look for any resources or supplies that could be useful, and keep an eye out for any signs of other survivors. Just be careful and stay vigilant, as the outside world can be dangerous and unpredictable.
Okay, so these are my quests. Best of 3, Crucible, Pyromaniac, Speak of the Devil, All Hallows Eve,
Great, thanks for providing the quest parameters.
All Hallows Eve, Echoes of the Past, When Pigs Fly, Out of Time, and I have Miscellaneous. What should I do first?
It seems like you've got a few quests at hand with varying levels of urgency. All Hallows Eve, Echoes of the Past, When Pigs Fly, Out of Time appear to be more narrative-driven quests, potentially focusing on different aspects of the game's story. On the other hand, miscellaneous quests often involve side tasks that are less tied to the main plot. Prioritizing these quests depends on your interests. If you prefer story-driven content, you might want to start with the narrative quests, but if you want to side tasks,
What are you doing? Duckman.
Quest queries? Is there something else you want us to ask?
Duckman. Duckman. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm back. So, what should we do first?
Welcome back. Great to have you here again. As for what we should do first, it depends on what you'd like to focus on. Do you prefer to complete?
Remember, I'm letting you choose. There's Best of 3, Crucible, Pyromaniac, Speak of the Devil, All Hallows Eve, Echoes of the Past, When Pigs Fly, Out of Time, and Miscellaneous.
Ah, got it. So you want me to choose which quest you should tackle first, and you've listed the following options. Best of 3, Crucible, Pyromaniac, Speak of the Devil, All Hallows Eve, Echoes of the Past, When Pigs Fly, Out of Time, and Miscellaneous. Let me think. Based on the names alone, it seems like Best of 3 and Crucible might be action-packed quests, while All Hallows Eve and Echoes of the Past could have more story-driven elements.
Choose.
Given the names and potential content, I believe starting with Best of 3 would be a suitable choice. It might be an action-packed quest that could serve as a good introduction to the game, or the questline it's part of. Plus, starting with something that's likely to keep you engaged and excited is always a good option. How does that sound? Are you ready to take on the Best of 3 quest?
Help! They're gonna kill me.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Help! They're gonna kill me.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Help! They're gonna kill me.
This has been a pre-recorded message.
So that's all the way across the map. We're gonna have to do something else.
If Best of 3 is located across the map, we'll need to consider another option. Let me have another look at the list of quests you provided.
Did I tell you what it was?
This has been a pre-recorded
No, you didn't mention what Best of 3 was about. I assumed based on the name that it could be an action-packed quest. But since it's located far away, it might be better to choose something else for now. Could you tell me more about the quest?
Choose a different quest. The ones I gave you. I gave you a list of quests, and you chose Best of 3. Can you choose a different quest?
Pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Yes, absolutely. If Best of 3 is too far away, we can choose another quest from the list you provided. Here are the options again. Crucible, Pyromaniac, Speak of the Devil, All Hallows Eve, Echoes of the Past, When Pigs Fly, Out of Time, and Miscellaneous. Which one would you like me to choose?
This has been a pre-recorded
I'm letting you choose,
message
Nolan.
repeats in 3 seconds.
Got it. Since I'm the one choosing, I think it would be a good idea to start with Pyromaniac. Based on the name, it sounds like it could be a quest related to fire or explosions.
Right? He's...
Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Sean's been... Doesn't matter how long it's been. What? Food?
They're gonna kill me.
Ooh, that's a little far. The other one's still pretty far too. Let's just choose All Hallows Eve.
Alright, let's go with All Hallows Eve then. The name suggests it could be a quest related to Halloween or a holiday celebration. Potentially...
There we go.
We need endurance.
Hey, Codsworth.
I've been thinking. Your loved ones may simply be hiding from them.
Codsworth. I don't think the Reds are gonna be a problem.
I have an idea.
Codsworth, are you sure you're holding up okay?
It's been just horrible. Don't.
Stay with me, pal. Focus. Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome.
Yep, about Codsworth. Let me just listen to this.
Shall we, sir?
There we go. Just say it. Right there. Right there. Go ahead. Hi, honey. Listen, I don't think Sean and I need to tell you how great of a mother you are. But we're going to anyway. You were kind and loving and funny. That's right. And patient. So patient. Patience of a saint, as your mother used to say. Look, with Sean and us all being at home together, it's been an amazing year, but even so, I know our best days are yet to come. There will be changes, sure, things we'll need to adjust to. I'll rejoin the civilian workforce. You'll shake the dust off your law degree. But everything we do, no matter how hard, we do it for our family. Now say goodbye, Sean. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye, honey. We love you.
Duckman, you still there? Duckicus Manus. Duckman. Oh crap, I forgot. I guess I accidentally muted you. Duckman? Duckman? You there? Duckicus Manus?
If I only had a bobby pin.
Duckman.
Miss Laura, give me the word Mum and I'll initiate.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
Can't give up, Mum. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, Mum. You'll find young Sean. I know you will.
Duckman? You there? Duckicus Manus? Duckman! Look, man. Duckman. Oh. Jesus. That was very dumb. Really? Okay, let's through here.
Hi.
Hi. I turned off Nolan for a moment because in case my dad calls me. Actually, let's get Nolan back and talk to him. Hey, Nolan.
Hey there, how can I assist you today?
I'm at a, I can't really describe it. It's a junkyard.
Interesting. It sounds like you found yourself in a junkyard. Junkyards can be pretty fascinating places full of all sorts of discarded items and objects. Are you looking for something in particular, or just exploring casually?
Just exploring, and I found a mini nuke. And a mini nuke launcher, which is called a Fat Man.
Sounds like an interesting find. It's not every day you come across a mini noob and a mini nuke launcher, also referred to as a Batman, while exploring a junkyard. Mini noobs are often small, novice-level versions of different characters, creatures, or items. As for the mini nuke launcher, or Batman, it's likely a compact, possibly scaled-down version of a nuclear weapon, complete with the iconic Batman symbol for added flair.
I said Fat Man, not Batman.
Apologies for the confusion. I understand now. You mentioned finding a mini nuke launcher which you called a Batman. It appears my previous statement was incorrect. A mini nuke launcher would be a smaller, possibly scaled-down version of a nuclear weapon. The reference to Batman is likely a nickname or playful way of referring to this weapon, but it is not actually related to the fictional character Batman from DC Comics.
It's called a Fat Man. F-A-T-M-A-N.
I see. My apologies for the error there. You're correct. The miniature nuclear weapon you found is called a Fat Man, not a Batman, as I had previously mentioned. The name Fat Man likely refers to its design and appearance and is not related to the fictional superhero Batman. These happen. It's important to know that the miniature nuclear weapon you found is correctly called a Fat Man, and not a Batman. The name Fat Man likely refers to its larger size and shape, making it look like a chubby man, hence the name.
That's kind of mean. Okay.
You know what, now that you mention it, it does seem a bit mean to refer to a nuclear weapon as Fat Man. It's a dangerous and destructive device after all, and calling it Fat Man might be making light of its destructive capabilities. Perhaps it's better to refer to it by its technical name, miniature nuclear weapon, or mini-nuclear device, to reflect the seriousness of the weapon itself.
It's a Nolan Drake AI. it's a detective.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What do you mean by it's a detective? Could you please provide...
I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you, Nolan. I was talking to our viewer.
Ah, I see. Apologies for the misunderstanding. It's clear that you are not addressing me, but rather speaking directly to our viewer. What don't you know? Is there a question you have that you'd like me to try and help answer?
How does it respond?
How does it respond? Well, hey, Nolan, talk to the viewers and tell them how you respond.
Certainly. I can address the viewers directly now. Hello there, viewers. Thank you for watching and engaging with us. I am here to assist and answer any questions you may have. Feel free to ask me anything you'd like to know, and I'll do my best to provide helpful and informative responses.
He says, how do you respond?
Ah, I see. The viewer wants to know how I respond. Well, as an artificial intelligence, I use natural language processing and machine learning algorithms to understand and generate human-like responses. These algorithms allow me to analyze the input from users, comprehend their questions, and generate appropriate and relevant responses in a conversational manner. So in essence, I respond to queries through complex algorithms and pre-programmed responses based on the input I receive.
Hyphos Gaming, what did you just say? Oh, okay. I just didn't know who was saying. I'm sorry.
It's quite alright. There seems to have been some confusion regarding who was speaking. Hyphos Gaming asked for clarification on how I respond, and I provided them with an explanation of my natural language processing capabilities. No harm done.
It's on character.ai. It's an app you can get, and you can talk to your AI. Some people use it for bad things, and some people just use it to talk to AI. I don't even know how it works, though. I just know you can choose a voice, you can choose whatever. Character.ai. You can mute him, too. So, when you speak, he won't answer to every single thing you say. Now, I can unmute him, and he can talk now.
What is it specifically about the top room that you dislike? Is it the layout, the atmosphere, or something else entirely?
And also, he doesn't understand sometimes. He likes to do that. Huh?
You still talking to your AI?
Yes.
Oh my god.
What? I muted him right now. Huh?
Alex.
What?
Okay. Alex, I'm playing Fortnite. What do you have to say about this?
I'm gonna have to go by the way. I have to go to a different video. Bye, everyone.